How's it going, everyone? Sethphir here, and welcome back to another Honkai Star Rail video. This is going to be the weekly guide where we are going to point out a few massive mistakes that you can possibly be making, so you're going to want to avoid those at all costs as we get into level 50 this week, finally for free-to-play players, and talk about where we should be spending that Trailblaze power, as well as preparing for some of the future characters that are coming up. So let's go ahead and dive right in now. First up, we're going to have the Exp Calculations. We are going to have quite a bit of resources being generated this week. We should be level 46 by the end of the day today, which means that on Wednesday we will be hitting Trailblaze level 47. On Friday, we will hit Trailblaze level 48, and on Sunday, we will hit Trailblaze level 49 with a little bit of change. We're going to need to come up with some extra experience at the end of the week in order to hit that level 50 cap before the weekly reset, so that our simulated universe points can get calculated in a higher bracket, and we can start earning extra experience from the daily quests. So the only way we're going to be able to do that is we're going to have to probably rely on a little bit of this Trailblaze fuel at the end of the week. You might have already used a little bit of it, maybe you bought the battle pass, you have some extra, but you will be using some of this, and it's going to be worth it because you're going to tip yourself into the level 50 bracket before the week resets, which means that rewards for Hera's simulated universe is going to be increased and calculated on Monday. It will not reset anytime before that. And on top of that, you're going to be able to get extra bonuses, especially for things like the Echo of War, which is going to bring us to our first major and massive mistake for the week. Do not do your Echo of War immediately. You are going to need to wait until the end of the week, most likely on Sunday, and we're going to have to dip into that Trailblaze fuel so that we can get it done in a higher bracket. So we're going to get level 50 rewards instead of level 40 rewards, so this is going to be super important. The second massive mistake that you want to avoid is everyone should be getting this level 40 this week in the Nameless Honor Battle Pass. You're going to obtain the self-modeling resin. You're going to get one of these every Battle Pass season, so it is going to be super scarce, and it is a very valuable item because it is going to allow you to go into your synthesizer and create a relic of your choice with the appropriate main stat. And that's going to be the best part because you can use this item to select crit rate, which is probably the best thing that you could possibly get. Arguably crit damage for Yan if you have him, but this is most likely what you're going to be spending it on, either a crit rate chest piece or a speed pair of boots. That's also a very strong and viable option to use that on. But I would say to wait before you use this because you need to know for sure what set you want and what you're looking for. So make sure that you have a proper build and you have a character in mind and you know exactly what you're doing before you use that thing, because you are not getting another one for a long time, I can tell you that. Alright, with the critical information out of the way, let's go into the timed information. And this is stuff that is happening soon, it's going to be expiring soon. And first up, we're going to let you know that the Seele banner is going away in 2 days. It does not have much time left, so Seele will be gone. She is a fantastic quantum carry. If you do not have her, I would strongly recommend you pull for at least one copy of her. She is very important in the meta right now and will likely be important for a long time to come. On top of that, we will also be losing the In the Night banner, which is Seele's coveted weapon, which pairs very well with her, so if you are someone that is interested in this weapon, this is also your last chance. You have been warned. But don't be too sad, because when Seele goes away, that means new things will be coming up. That's right, we got a lot of great events on the horizon, and once Seele is gone, we will jump into the next banner, which will be Jing Yuan. This is going to be a very powerful lightning erudition character, which is going to provide nice AoE damage, as well as a second really strong carry to the board. I know there's been a bit of a talk, like, should you pull for it, should you not pull for it as free to play? I think that it's going to be a very pivotal unit for carrying a second team. While Seele can carry the first team, I think Jing Yuan can carry the second team, and I think there's going to be a lot of combination with him down the line. But go ahead and be your own judge. Take a look at the character when his official stats come out, which is going to be very soon in 2 days, and go ahead and see if that is the character that you believe is going to be strong for the meta going into future. Personally, I'm going to be pulling on it, so feel free to stop by my Twitch and check out my pulls. I am completely free to play as well, so I'm going to be spending my resources. I got a lot saved up, so hopefully we can bring him home. All right, so now with that out of the way, let's go into the next section, which is going to cover the events. And we're hoping that these events are going to give some Trailblaze experience. That's what we really want to see, so that we can save that fuel for higher equilibrium levels. But if we don't get any Trailblaze experience, oh well, at least we're definitely getting things like Stellar Jades and Tracks of Destiny, which is going to be what's coming in the Boulder Town Super League event. So I guess this is some sort of like match. I'm sure you've probably done the quest through the storyline, so this is going to be like a little battle arena type deal where we're supposed to get some rewards. So that is up on the horizon. Hopefully there is some other events as well coming with Jing Yuan. I'm hoping for some more story development, but there hasn't been nothing revealed to my knowledge so far, so we're just going to have to pray on that one a little bit. With the new characters and events out of the way, let's talk Simulated Universe. As we mentioned before, the weekly reset has happened, so you should be able to obtain all of these rewards once again, and you're most likely on a 7,000 point cap. The cap is based on your equilibrium level, so if you're in level 40 to 50 range, or 40 to 49, you will have that 7,000 point cap. As soon as you hit level 50, and the week resets on Monday, and it only recalculates on Monday, so if you hit 50 through the midway point of the week, it still doesn't count. So on that Monday, before the reset, it's going to recalculate your point cap, so you're going to get an increased point cap there. As far as I have seen, it just gives you a little bit more Stellar Jade, a little bit more cash, and a little bit more Relic XP. The things that I have not seen change so far is the Immersifier tokens, and I have not seen the amount of Hera bonds change or anything like that, so don't worry if you can't push the cap up there. It's not too big of a deal, but it's a little bit of something. In addition to that score cap this week, you should be able to finally have 16 total Hera bonds, which will allow you to buy a second 5-star light cone. So you should be able to obtain 2. If you do not want to obtain a second 5-star light cone, you can simply buy the Superimposer custom-made modules here, and this will increase the superimposed level of your current 5-star light cone from the Hera shop. So it will be possible to get a max superimposed light cone this week, and then after that, it looks like we're waiting for 1 Hera bond every single week. So it's going to be a bit of a slow grind unless something extra special pops in here anytime soon. Following that, we have the bi-weekly reset of the Memory of Chaos. The Turbulence I thought was supposed to change, but however, it has stayed the exact same. We still have the Hunt and Erudition damage increase Turbulence, which is going to be the exact same thing as the previous week. But if you do notice, your Memory of Chaos will be reset. So once you've cleared those 15 floors on the beginner level, you will enter the bi-weekly level, and now we have another 14 days. So this is going to be about the halfway point of every month and the end of every month, so that you're going to be able to collect these rewards. So both of these reward brackets did reset, so you'll be able to collect the insignia rewards for being able to get the amount of stars and completion on the board, and then also the memory rewards, so that's just for the first time clear. So if you manage to clear it, no matter the amount of stars, you will get these in there, and it contains a lot of good stuff like these little afterglow fragments, which are going to be used to go ahead and purchase some of the special light cones in the shop. So you can get those on repeat and keep powering those up, so that should be very helpful for you. And last but not least, I have a lot of people asking me, where do I spend my Trailblaze power? So this is another mistake. A lot of people are grinding a lot of relics and trying to get powerful loot. I would not recommend doing that. I would spend a little bit of power. If you feel like you need something, just a little bit, not too much, maybe like 10-20% of the total power for the week that you have. But the rest of that, like we said, should be going into talent materials. Talent materials are going to be very, very, very important. So I would be spending the bulk of your resources, 80, 75%, maybe even more, on these talent materials, because you're going to need a lot of them to catch your characters up to level 60 level equivalent talents. But also keep in mind that with level 50 this week, we're going to hit a new equilibrium level, which is going to bump us up to 70, and there are 2 increases on the talent tiers. So you're going to need a lot of these resources, tons of arrows, tons of shields, tons of keys. And keep in mind that since Jing Yuan is coming out this week, he is an Erudition character, so you should probably have keys as well. As you can see, I have 31 of the blue ones and about 120 of the green ones, which puts me right at my threshold of about 60 plus blue keys, which is going to allow me to take his talents from level 1 straight up to the level 60 version, so he'll be instantly caught up with all my characters. So if you do not have this stockpile for that character and you plan to pull on it, I would strongly recommend pulling and using your resources on this right now so that you can prepare for that. Another thing you can prepare for is keep in mind that you will need ascension materials for Jing Yuan. You will need the lightning staff, not the crown. There's 2 lightning things, so be aware. You need the lightning staff, which comes from this bottom one here. So make sure that you have those. In order to get him up to level 60, you're going to need about 10 of them. So make sure you have quite a few stocked up on you and you're ready to go. You can get the rest later if you want to take him to level 60 or to level 70 after you hit the bracket for Trailblaze level 50 and you're in the higher equilibrium tier. You're going to get more resources on these, so it'd probably be better to do that at that time. So that's going to be something super important to go ahead and make sure that you get taken care of. So again, in summary for the week, for that 40 to 50 and even beyond 50, you're going to want to start looking at your talent materials. Start getting those trace materials out of the way because you're going to need them to upgrade weapons. You're going to need them to upgrade talents, and it's going to be a lot. You're going to think you have enough, but you don't. Trust me. Once you do finally hit level 50, or for anybody who is level 50 right now, getting some relics can be nice. I wouldn't go for perfect relics, but I would try to aim for decent main stats in the slot categories that you have, and of course, go for the appropriate element of character that you need. Alright, that's going to be it for this one. Thanks for watching. I truly appreciate that. Make sure to subscribe, like, and hit the bell if you found this information useful. Thanks for watching once again, and we will see you in the next video.